Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday. It is 100 degrees here in New York. New York is on fire today. So let's get into this video so I can go munch on my honeydew and stay cool, alright? So remember Jonathan Oddi? The man who once claimed he was Diddy's sex slave and said he got herpes from Diddy and Cassie? Well, Jonathan is speaking out again, but before we get to what he said, here's some background. During Diddy's trial, Cassie admitted that she and Diddy had sex with Jonathan Oddi, a former PORN star. Jonathan made headlines back in 2018 when he fired shots at Trump's Miami resort. During his arrest, he told police, "I had sex with Cassie and Sean." Cassie told the court she met Jonathan several times and once got scared that he secretly recorded one of their sex parties. She said she was in the room with him and noticed his phone up, so she told Diddy. According to Cassie, Diddy was worried about the video getting out and promised to take care of it. She said she did not trust Jonathan and believed their relationship ended after she caught him recording. Cassie also said that Diddy spent a large amount of money and time making sure the video disappeared, but she did not know the exact details of the arrangement. Jonathan told police that Diddy made him sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. He said he's scared I will expose him. My settlement put me in a box. Basically, I couldn't talk because I was going to be sued. They kept following me. According to the Daily Mail, Jonathan signed the NDA in 2014 in exchange for $5 million. Jonathan said the settlement was because Diddy gave him herpes. He also said he gave the video to Diddy's then lawyer, Mark Garagos. At the time, Jonathan was divorcing his wife, attorney Tanya Trutwine, who later told the Daily Mail that she believed the NDA and sudden money led to the divorce. The date of that contract was around the same time as our divorce, Tanya said. I almost feel like he divorced me because he came into all this money and did not want me to claim it. Tanya recalled how fast Jonathan pushed the divorce, saying he kept on insisting that we sign the divorce paperwork, which I thought was very odd. She added, "It was only later that I found out he had signed this agreement." She also said their relationship had drifted. She said, "I started feeling like a third wheel in someone else's life rather than a wife." Tanya believes Jonathan met Diddy and Cassie at a private party on Star Island in Miami. She said Diddy just has those radiating personalities. He likes to be the king. Jonathan would have played perfectly into that. After the divorce, Jonathan went on a shopping spree, buying 5 distressed properties for $765,000 in 2 months, all with cash, no mortgages, according to Miami-Dade County property records. Then, on October 22, 2018, Jonathan walked into the Trump National Golf Club waving an American flag, shouting about Trump, and began shooting at police. Officers shot him in the legs and arrested him. He was charged with attempted murder of law enforcement officers, armed burglary, and armed grand theft, and is still in jail in Florida awaiting trial. So check out the interview, and I'll be back with a lot more.
In an exclusive interview, Oddi opens up to News Nation senior producer Allison Weiner about his claims, beginning with why he's agreed to talk now. Listen to this.
I felt bad because I got along well with her, and I think she's a decent person. And unfortunately, I had a suspicion that she was in a situation that she was in, but I wasn't sure. And now I understand what was going on in her life and what was happening. And him beating her up in the hotel shows me the type of individual he is, and confirms that everything that happened to me was true and correct and in line with his personality.
So, speaking to us from a Miami jail now, here is how Oddi says it all began for him.
I was a male Chippendale, a model Chippendale, you could say, and they called me for a show they called the agency that I work for to do a show. And then I went and did a show, and things led to them offering me more money to perform sexual acts. And that's it. That's how I basically got started. I get dressed like a police officer, I do a show, I do a strip down, and then, they offer me some more money. They offer me some more money to do some extra stuff.
So Oddi did get specific about the extra stuff that he says Diddy wanted from him, and these specifics were consistent with what he told law enforcement during the 2014 interrogation. Here is how he describes the atmosphere and how frequently it happened.
Candles, sensual atmosphere, lights off. He would sit in a corner in a sofa, watch and masturbate, and he'd say, he'd tell her, give her instructions what to do to me. Perform oral sex, rub baby oil, then he'd tell me rub baby oil, perform oral sex, and then have sex.
How many times did you have sex with Cassie?
Probably like 15 sessions.
And what did you get paid? How much?
It would be like 800 each time. Each act. But sometimes they'll call me twice. I'll leave, and then 3 hours later, they'll call me, come back.
And so Oddi claimed that the sessions were drug-fueled, and that his concern for both Cassie and himself led him to get one of their sessions on video. Listen to what he says about that.
Why did you decide to record or video?
Because after she passed out, I decided to record that. So in the event anything worse happened, like if she died, or anybody died, it will be on camera, it will be on video, what happened. So I wouldn't be responsible for any of that.
So you were beginning to worry about her doing drugs. I mean, like about her dying or him dying or somebody dying from the drugs, and that you would be held responsible. So you brought a video. You brought your phone?
No, I had a USB video memory stick done like a spy shot, and I put it in a wallet on the table. In the living room table of the hotel I was upstairs. I filmed it. It had everything I described. And it had her threatening me. But he was telling her what to say. They had an argument. When I left, I knew they were paranoid. So I wanted to guarantee my safety. So I texted him and said, hey, if anything happens to me, I got evidence I'm being with you. At the settlement table, there was a lot of irregularities, okay? Mm-hmm. It was my first settlement. So they brought me in, and Diddy had a t-shirt with two men in ski masks pointing, making gun signs, okay? And it was black and white, and it had a red frame, okay? But that's the way he operates. He communicates, threatening you, like saying, I'm going to have you killed.
So Oddi says to prevent the recording from going public, that's what he was just talking about, Diddy had him sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, in exchange for $5 million in hush money. This was in 2014. The Daily Mail ran a screenshot of what appears to be a signature page signed by Sean Combs and Oddi. We have not been able to obtain the document or verify its contents or authenticity, nor have we been able to verify the existence of the video that you heard him talking about. Now, according to Daily Mail's report, the timing coincided with a spending spree by Oddi of Florida real estate, and it also coincided with Oddi's divorce. His ex-wife tells the Daily Mail that she found out about his windfall only after their split.
Basically, the day the incidents happened at Trump National Doral, I had to take a medication, and I been diagnosed bipolar, but I wasn't sure I was bipolar, and I had an episode, and basically, I've been taking medication every day. I've been stable. I had no issues in jail. I've done excellent behavior in jail. I feel I'm ready to come out to society and be a productive member of society.
All right, so Oddi remains locked up in a Florida jail, still awaiting trial on charges of attempted murder, armed burglary, aggravated assault, and armed grand theft.
So the interrogation video of Jonathan has been circulating for years, since 2018. In that same video, which I'm going to play in a second, Jonathan said that Diddy, Rick Ross, and DJ Khaled are all gay. He went into detail about how Diddy and his crew smuggled drugs using Ciroc bottles, which they fill with liquid cocaine. According to Jonathan, they moved dope, cocaine, high-grade powdered MDMA, and liquid cocaine on private jets. Jonathan says the reason he knows all this is because while he was having freak-off sex sessions with Diddy and Cassie, he said he had sex with Cassie 15 different times. Diddy would be on business calls. Diddy would be on the phone doing these sessions, and the calls would play on his TV screen with the speakers on. So Jonathan could hear everything pretty much. He's telling the truth because during Jane's testimony in court, she confirmed that Diddy mirrored his phone screen to his TV, just like Jonathan said. Jonathan said he heard a lot of Diddy's important business secrets while he was with them during these sex sessions. Cassie and other witnesses testified that these freak-offs would go on for hours, sometimes 10 hours, 18 hours, or even for days at a time. Cassie said the longest freak-off lasted, I believe, 4 days or 5 days. I think she said 4 days or 5 days, one of them. During the trial, it was also revealed that escorts would sometimes have to wait 1 to 2 hours in the room before Diddy would be ready to play. Those escorts heard a lot too, I'm sure. And I'm positive Diddy made them all sign NDAs, especially after what happened with Jonathan, which was around 2012. So in the interrogation video, Jonathan also said that he sued Diddy for giving him herpes and won, which is how he got the $5 million settlement. He said Diddy's lawyer at the time, Mark Garagos, whose daughter, Tini Garagos, is now part of Diddy's legal team in the trial. Jonathan said that Margot Ragos asked him to hand over a sex video that he had secretly recorded of himself, Cassie, and Diddy. Remember, that's what Cassie had said during her testimony. He said they accidentally gave the video back to him. So after the settlement, Garagos and Diddy got the FBI and other agencies to start stalking him. Jonathan says they were following him, spying on him, and tried to set him up as an extortionist because he won the lawsuit over herpes. Jonathan also said that Diddy sent Rick Ross to his house to threaten him. He claims he has a friend who can back up his story about Rick Ross. He said he threw away all his devices because he knew they were tracking him through his phone. He said they tapped his phone, so he got rid of everything in his house, including important documents, just to keep them in the dark. Jonathan said he knows about the drug smuggling because he saw it happening and even tried it himself while he was having sex with Diddy and Cassie. He said the drug is not good and that Diddy drinks it all the time. Jonathan said Diddy calls it Gigi? Yeah, Gigi or Chi-Chi or something. So yeah, they gave him herpes. That's why they settled for $5 million. And right after that, they were stalking him. They were spying on him. They were trying to set him up to say that, oh, he's an extortionist because they don't like to give all that money in settlement. They don't like that. So they were trying to set him up so they could get that money back. And it did not work. And you're passing around these diseases. Diddy did not even like wearing condoms. During these freak-offs, he did not want Jane, Cassie, any of these women to use condoms with these escorts, these prostitutes. He would get upset if they even fixed their mouth to ask for a condom. Jane testified about all of that. Even Cassie, condoms were not allowed. And all these different men, they had thousands of men. These women slept with thousands of men. And then Diddy knew about believe me, Diddy know about his health issues, okay? Yet he just, oh my gosh, he needs to be sued for that as well. All these people who got something, they need to sue him. They need to sue him. Or those people who are suing him, maybe they are suing him because of that, but they are just using the word R-worded, you know? Instead of saying, I'm suing him because he gave me this, they rather say, oh, he raped them and stuff like that. So it could be that too. But I will be making a video on that because, yeah, that's a good one. But for now, here is the video, well, some clips of Jonathan Oddi in 2018 exposing Diddy way before Cassie's lawsuit in 2023. Check this out.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
And it's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean. Okay. And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5. Okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything. Okay.
All right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave. Okay, for them that's what I was. That's all. All right. I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But they did. Mark Eros and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible, I'm not sure. Now, well, I've been trying. My settlement put me in a box. Basically, I couldn't talk because I was going to be sued. So I let it be, but they've been following me, and they've had, Mark Garrett has had the FBI on me, has had other agencies looking at me and spying on me, okay, because they want to set me up as an extortionist. Like if I was extorting Sean for money. It's wrong. Basically what happened is Diddy's and Ross, which they good buddies, okay, they're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross,
yeah.
and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay?
Right.
Basically, he's Arab, Palestinian, okay? The Ciroc agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on a yacht. They promote binge drinking and drugs.
Gotcha.
The hip-hop agenda was laid out by Obama during his last presidencies purposely. That's why they had Tupac killed, because when they kill them, you gain fame. When your record sales go up, and then people listen to your lyrics and everything, and then you become famous, okay? That's how they do it, all right? Tupac's still alive.
Yeah.
He's in Cuba. Basically, what happened is the following. The hip-hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. You need to inform the DEA. They move all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by
customs?
By inside the United States, okay? They move what's called high-grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine, and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I've seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. All right, he calls it G-Juice, but it's liquid cocaine.
All right. Help me understand you.
Sure.
How old are you?
I'm 42. I've been through all my life. Okay. I've had a great life. I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, because he's scared that I was going to expose him.
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now. I want to talk about you. Help me understand.
Yes, I have a good friend, a breakfast buddy. His name is Luis David Gonzalez. And we go to the gym every day. He has nothing to do with what happened Thursday. Though he's a witness, he's gotten shot at by them, and he's a witness that Ross came and threatened me at my house post-settlement. After we settled, Diddy sent Ross, and I asked him to go see if that was Ross and confirm his identity.
So Gonzalez, he can back up what you're saying about P. Diddy and Ross and all that? Okay, all right. And you said Gonzalez didn't know anything about your what you did? You didn't talk to him before?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
He knows nothing. He was actually worried about me. He's like, hey, what's up? And I told him, look, man, what's happening is he's trying to cool things down, but then the feds have been harassing him. The feds. They have a big file of me like this, the feds. Since because P. Diddy and Mark Garibus have been trying to set me up and lock me up as an extortionist, asking for money. It was not so. My settlement was breached, and my settlement terms is one was called peaceful enjoyment. That means that if I went to your house or I did something, you'd actually pay me the full amount.
I get all that.
So I've been going through that since like 2012.
Okay.
So.
All right, and Gonzalez knows about that. You talk to him about that kind of stuff?
I talked to him alone because he's the only one that knows since the beginning.
Gotcha.
And then my ex-wife, she knows she saw the contract. She has a contract, a picture of the contract. Tony Trama. You need to call her and ask her for a copy of the settlement agreement.
Okay, all right. Where do you live at? Where?
I threw away everything I had because...
Well, before you go, what is everything? What did you, when you say you threw away everything, what's that?
My documents, everything I had, because I know they've been trying to follow me. And I just don't want my personal info getting,
I got you. No, I think I understand. But I mean, what I'm trying to understand is how can you have a business and not have a computer or work the phone?
Oh, I had them. I just threw them away the same day. I threw it all away.
You threw what away?
My computers and everything.
Well, where do you throw them away at?
The garbage.
And your garbage?
Yeah, because they've been spying on me through that. They spy you through your computer, through your iPhone. They spy you through your TV screen, the cameras. Even if they're off, they manage to do it. It's called intelligence. The CIA is available. You can do anything.
Let me make sure I understand you now. Now, when you say you threw them away, you threw them into like a dumpster, or did you just throw them away in your trash can
in my trash
threw them
can.
away in the dumpster?
In my trash can.
Okay. Well, exactly what was it? Just like one computer?
No, everything. My documents, the settlement agreement, my computer, everything I threw. The TV, everything that they had been surveilling me on, I took it off because I wanted them to be in the dark.
Okay.
Because they've been watching me. So now they kind of freaked out, they kind of spooked out. But it needed to be done. So, I know you may or may not, I know you're going to believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati.
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 Okay.
Yeah, Illuminati. Okay. They've made it in dance. Basically what it means, illuminated.
I got you.
Okay. They do satanic ritual abuse, which is basically CIA mind programming techniques to their own family, kids, etc. on the crew, and they bond that way. Okay, so they do sexual pedophilia, they do animal abuse, killing of animals, blood sacrifices, and everything in the Bohemian Grove. Okay,
right.
The Bohemian Grove, the Bushes go there. George C. and George, both of them are in the same agenda. They cousins with the Clintons. Okay, so is Donald Trump. He's also a distant cousin. So if you see, there's a direct correlation of the presence of the United States being bonded between family ties. Okay,
gotcha.
All these family ties wound up, go back to the same place, the royal family in England. Okay, the family here of the Illuminati are descendants of the royal British family. Okay, they have children between themselves. Why? Because they have that issue. You understand? They want like superiority of the race.
Mm-hmm.
They see it that way, but it it backfires them because it makes them simple-minded. You understand? When you have sex with someone in your family, your kids are not gonna come out smart. You understand? They're gonna come out dumb. All right. So Donald turned his back, but he's still trying to negotiate a peaceful way out, and they have an agenda to kill him. Okay. Example: if you look at the Illuminati card games, example, okay? You looking at the game, the Illuminati card game?
I'm not familiar with it, so help me understand.
It's a card game.
It's a card game.
That
okay.
tells you exactly what their agenda is.
Gotcha.
It's called mental pre-programming. That means that you predispose already. Once you play this, your mind is already predisposed at this happening, and you accepting it. Okay? So they have a picture of Donald dead in that game.
Oh, okay.
All right? I'm not crazy. They have the picture of Donald dead. But they also had the Twin Towers. They had everything on there.
Gotcha.
Okay? From A to Z. So it's kind of like a hidden agenda, which they try to make it open to our eyes, but we really don't see it. We're so busy working.
It's kind of like hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule